I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh, you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh, you matter what. Add it up, told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what, told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me, it's not adding up. Do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up.
Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Miko.
Good evening, everybody. How everybody doing? Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings.
So it's been a while. I know Marie, you and the ladies was on last week. We would love to hear a brief recap of what y'all talked about. But before we do that, let us say hello to our audiences. Good evening to those of you that are out there listening to Incarceration to Incorporation, or better known as Ain't to Ain't. I'm Julius Campbell, along with my co-host Marie Jones. We got our partner on tonight, Paul Thompson, and Julius Hall is the brainchild of what we're doing. He has provided a platform for us, ATR Media, all things relevant. And also, we want to always remember our partner AB doing it for us as well, allowing us to come up with this idea of incarceration to incorporation. What do we do? Why are we here? Well, what we do primarily is provide a space for men and women, returning citizens, to come out and share their stories. Why? Because stories matter. All of our stories matter, but primarily because people are saying that those of us that are returning home from incarceration are bound to go right back. And that's not the case. That's a false narrative. We are successful, whether it's educationally, occupationally, relationally, or organizationally. We are successful. And that's why we're here on Ain't to Ain't every Friday to share these stories of how successful we really are. If the media can purport the negative space that we are automatically going back, then it is our job to be that much more vigilant and diligent in sharing positive stories of how we are succeeding. And that's why we have our partner on tonight, Paul Thompson, among others who come and share their story. As we always say, we may have started this thing out wrong, but look at us now. We are finishing strong. And tonight, we're going to share that with you. We're going to talk about how we can stay out. If recidivism, as they say, is rising or high, then what we're going to do tonight is we're going to help our brothers and sisters learn how to stay out. We're going to come up with some practical ideas, some creative methods on how we have been able to stay out. Myself, I'll share briefly a story with you. Marie, how she has also been able to stay out, and Paul as well, and other stories on how we have been able to stay out. So again, without further ado, we appreciate you. But before we start, would you hit that share button? Would you hit that share button right now? Because there are thousands, yes, I did say that correct, thousands of returning citizens right in your community, right in your city, right in your state that will benefit from what we are saying. Because why? Your story can encourage us. As a matter of fact, Marie, I want you to tell them a little bit about OAA and what we do at OAA, those three E's.
Well, we are Offender Alumni Association, and we empower, encourage, and educate. We have to empower, encourage, and educate each other because we need one another at the end of the day. And empowerment is so good because we come together and we give different resources of how to be better, to not let prison be a revolving door. And it does not have to be. Yes, I love OAA. I love this organization. It's such a good organization to be a part of, to help young men and women who are trying to go the road that we went. We're trying to stop that, to tell them the good things that they could be. It's so easy to get in trouble, and it's very hard to get out of it. And what Julius and Paul and we come to encourage the young people to not travel the road that we have traveled.
Awesome. See, I love it. Listen, this girl here can ride out on her own now. I love that.
No,
I love it. So that's what I want you to do. Hit that share button, that like button. Tell somebody about what we're doing here on Fridays. If you're not able to be a part of the live scene, then you can also check us out later on when we review it. But I want you to tell somebody, listen, if you are a returning citizen, whether it was 20 years ago or 20 days ago, and you have a story right here on Ain't the Ain't, we will give you that platform for you to share that story. And there are three target groups. There are returning citizens, relatives of returning citizens, because we didn't do this by ourselves. Our family members rode that bus with us. And then resources for returning citizens. We want to provide our community with this information. So without further ado, I want you to introduce yourself to us, Mr. Paul.
Peace and blessings, everybody. My name is Paul Thompson. I am a native of Savannah, Georgia, born and raised. I'm from the east side off of Waters Avenue. I was incarcerated for 10 years. Got out 2014. Haven't looked back. The main reason I believe that I haven't looked back is keeping up a positive mindset and always being a student, learning from my downs and my losses and my mistakes, and celebrating the little wins, the medium wins, and the big wins, little by little, more than I celebrate my mistakes nowadays.
Awesome. I'm going to ask you some specific questions, and I know Marie is going to do that also. But you've already told us the length of time that you was incarcerated. Tell us, was your transition back into society smooth, or was it difficult? And tell us why or why not.
Well, it was smooth to a point because I was able to go to the halfway house for a year. So I was able to kind of get used to society without actually getting straight out, earn a little bit of money. But it was difficult at the same time because, over a 10-year period of time, people grow up, people change, and just getting used back to getting to know my family, my friends, and just new people. That part was a culture shock for me.
Culture shock?
Yeah, because, I had a niece who was, 11, 12 when I got locked up, and then she's a grown woman when I get out. So with children. So that was definitely something I had to get used to. I was excited about it, but something I had to get used to. I was still looking at her as a little girl. You know how we do.
I do. So tell us a little bit about once you got out and you started, I believe you got a job, if I'm not mistaken, and give us just a little glimpse into that cycle or that system that got you where you are today.
Okay, so I was blessed. I had a lot of help from God, and I just give him all the credit because without him, I wouldn't be here to this day. I wouldn't have the same mindset that I have today. I wouldn't be doing the things that I am today. I'm trying to establish a better relationship with him every day, as I did when I was incarcerated. while I was at the halfway house, I was working for a general contractor who did a lot of remodels in the downtown area. Well, when I got out, I had to switch up jobs because I didn't have like a steady job with him. It was through Labor Ready. But when I did get out, I went, talked to him. He got me on probably about a week later. And, I've been learning more about the construction trade from that point because now I'm dealing with historic district Savannah. So it's just a whole nother, it's more tedious. You got to pay more attention to details because people are spending a lot of money. And downtown Savannah, you got to adhere to the board's rules and guidelines. So after some time of doing that, I actually just thought about, why I can't do this for myself. Maybe not the construction field in totality or be a general contractor, but why can't I run my own business? Why can't I be an entrepreneur? I'm thankful for Scotty Snipes, who runs Snipes Home Construction, because he did give me a lot of encouragement in talking to him, even knowing that I was incarcerated 14 years and just getting out, that he saw something more in me than just a felon. He saw somebody that was a returning citizen and has been an encouragement to me pretty much from then up until now to this day. So I ended up going out on my own and doing pressure washing, painting, and that was doing pretty good. I made a move to Atlanta to try to further that. But while I was up there, I began to learn other things about business because I feel like I have always been a student of business. I believe that if a person can hustle in the streets, you can definitely own a business and run it efficiently, especially if you making money. There's not a lot of different things in it. It's just different wording and maybe a little different attitude to it. But business and the street world, to me, are so similar. I felt like I would rather do that in the business world than the street world. I can stay free. I can see my family. I didn't have to miss more time with my son. I can see my mom and dad. I can watch my niece and her kids grow up just by continuing to be a better person at business. Now, I have failed and I'm still continuing because if other people believe in me like that, then I have to believe in myself. And Scotty me being a black guy and Scotty being a white guy, that made it even more impactful for me to, continue this journey into entrepreneurship. I do have a job right now, but I am steady learning, steady trying things to make my life and my kids' life better, where they don't have to have an option of going to the streets, where they don't have to have an option of living in the low poverty area, unless they're building it up, So one of the things that I have learned when I was in the Atlanta area was I learned about currency and trading, which got me into learning about crypto. So for the past, let's say, better of the 2 years, I've learned how to trade currency, like the dollar versus the yen, or the British pound versus the Canadian dollar, right? So understanding that, I began to look at things I was learning about the market and apply it to my life. So I do have a Facebook group called Trending Up, where I share some things that I see in the market, and I share some encouraging things, because the most potent market there is each and every individual, in my opinion. So I definitely like to encourage people, because I was encouraged during my hard times to help me get to where I'm at and to help me where I'm going. And I definitely like to encourage people, get them a different perspective on life. I believe everybody is an impossible person doing impossible things, because nobody can do what you do. Nobody has the same purpose as you, and nobody can accomplish how you can accomplish things in life. And without you in life, like, life will be totally different. So I believe no matter if a person is in their high state or their low state, they need to realize like I have, that I'm a possible person doing impossible things. And that has helped me keep this mindset to keep pushing, keep growing, keep building until I can help make a change in this life.
I love that. Marie, now I want you to prepare because I want you to step in anytime whatever question that you have. But let me get some shout outs. First of all, our partner, Damian Welcome, is watching. Tisha Fulton is also watching. And Sierra Button is also watching as well. And Tisha says this to you, Paul. She says, keep that good, positive thinking and action up, Paul. And I want to talk about that because I want you to go a little more about the crypto and what you're doing as it relates to the finance aspect. I want you to tell us about how you're getting ready to teach financial planning classes and just tell us a little bit about that world. But before I do that, I want you to, you was just doing it for a moment, encouraging, but Tisha said it, and I think you have a testament to it. Are you saying that we must have a positive mindset when we come home? We must have a desire to want to keep learning. That's what I'm hearing. You say you are a student of learning. How can we encourage returning citizens, those that are coming out and those that have been out? How can we encourage them to continue to learn?
Well, one of the things that I believe in is that the best way to grow is to learn. So if you don't like where you're at right now, if you don't like how people think of you, keep learning, because as you learn, you're going to grow. As you grow, you're going to change into something better, a better you. And that's when people can definitely see the difference in who you were and who you are. Even if they don't want to believe it, you will know. One of the things I'm learning to also understand is that I have to have a better perspective of myself. Now, my perspective of myself comes from God, because sometimes I could think of myself as less than what I should. So I built my relationship with God, and I allow him to tell me who I am. And no matter what anybody else says, I go back to God to get my mindset about myself. So even if you don't believe in God, find something positive about you. Even dig into your family lineage. Like, yeah, you may have a family of drug dealers and or whatever the case may be, something negative. But you can take that negative thing. Like I said, the streets is just like the business world. You can say, well, look, you know, they tried to do business, maybe not the right way. So maybe I have it in me to accomplish true business, legal business in my lifetime that they couldn't. So you definitely have to look at things from a positive perspective. You definitely have to look at where you want to go in life. Something else I believe in is find your purpose, find a goal, and look toward the goal and not just the journey, because the journey is going to change, but the goal should remain the same or either develop to something better.
I like that.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that, Paul. That was really good. That was encouraging. I like that you said how you have to mainly what you're saying to me is you have to stay focused and consistent.
Absolutely.
You can't give up when the journey get hard, because it's gonna get hard. It's gonna get hard. It's gonna get hard, but you can't give up when the journey get hard. No. Being a returning citizen, when you're a returning citizen, things get difficult sometimes for you. But you have to stay persistent and consistent. Those are two words you have to be. Yeah, I like that, Paul.
Absolutely. So, like I said, the biggest market that has the most potential is each and every human being. So as I learn these things, as these things help me grow, I have created my group to share these things with other people. So what I do as far as crypto is I do not like to talk about how much I can make tomorrow, how much I made today. I would rather look at this just like people look at stocks, just like people invest in like a 401k plan. I'm not looking for the market to turn around tomorrow. I have a 2 to 5 year plan. I'm already in year one. I have a 3 to 5 year plan with my investing plan, not just crypto, but other things as well.
Right.
Explain, Paul, because some people are listening and saying, "What is a crypto? Is that a gang member, or is that
Right.
what is the?"
Okay.
So explain to us what crypto is, and then break it down to layman's term how it can benefit us.
Okay. So cryptocurrencies are basically, it's a digital asset where it makes anonymous the sender and the receiver of the currency. It only shows the wallet address. So I want to send Julius $100. I can do that without anybody, just without having anybody in between us. This is what crypto allows us to do. It takes out the middleman. It actually takes out the banks and the government, because they can't actually see who is sending or receiving the money. All they do is have a wallet address. So that is one of the big reasons why I do like crypto. I do feel like it does put the power of your financial health in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
Takes it out of everybody else. It can, if you use it correctly, allow you to definitely long term have gains, just like you do in the stock market.
Okay. All right. And what made you? I know you said something about Atlanta. When you went there, you were able to learn more about this. Why would that interest any of us? This crypto world, and then tell us what you're planning to do as it relates to financial planning.
Okay, so I got into the crypto market because I was able to watch a cryptocurrency go from $400 to $1,800, and that definitely piqued my interest. I'm looking at, hey, this can change my financial status, and if I do this the right way, this can change my family's financial status.
How long did it take, Paul?
So right now and this is why I really want to teach right now people about cryptocurrencies, is because the market has been dropping since November, right? Mm-hmm. So one of the things I did learn in trading and stuff like that is that when the market, big money buys when the market is low, but the market is dropping. One of the biggest terms of phrases in cryptocurrency is do your own research. So I don't care if it's me, a person who's been experienced it for because crypto, I believe, is 13 years old right now. Person that's been experienced for 13 years, I don't care what they say, you do your own research. But also, another reason to get into crypto and why I'm doing this is because Joe Biden, the beginning of March, signed an executive order for the United States government to do their research and due diligence on the risk rewards of a central banking digital currency, also about crypto assets and how they are possibly going to regulate or tax them. So with that being said, not only is big money getting into this, the government is also getting involved. A lot of countries also have been preparing to back their currency off of Bitcoin. So one of the things that I did not learn growing up as a child was financial literacy. Led me to do some illegal things that led me into incarceration. I want to get this information out so that our younger people, other people, will have the opportunity to take this route and not the one that I took before. Because I believe it was the beginning of the pandemic, I'm pretty sure a lot of people will remember the stock market dropped a lot, just like it is doing right now. People who did take a little bit of money and invested it, and when the market went back up, some of those people had a lot of great returns on that money. So, like I said, I like that I'm able to start teaching this platform while the market is down and not while it's just pumping, so I could just talk about dollars. But I want to really give people an understanding of how to look at the market, give people understanding that the market does have what's called trends, and that you can do this. It's not hard. It's not something that's more difficult than understanding a basketball game to me. So I want to get people out of their comfort zone, or out of the fact that, or the thinking of that this is something difficult and that they can't be successful at this. There are a lot of ways to get into crypto. You can hold coins, you can buy and sell assets, some call NFTs, which is actually a great way to get in. You can stake coins, which will allow you to make money on your money. So you just don't have to buy and hold coins and watch the market go up and down. There are other things that you can do in the crypto space that will allow you to still make money no matter what the market's doing.
So let me ask you this.
Or allow you to set yourself up for the future.
Why is financial literacy so important as it relates to returning citizens?
Well, it is my belief that, well, listen, like I said, I did what I did so that I can have a different lifestyle than the one I was living. My parents had 6 kids. I'm number 5. My dad worked. My mom worked a part-time job. It wasn't enough money to go around. So I wanted things. Didn't understand the fact that things come in time, with money, patience, and learning. But if I would have learned these things back when I was younger, there's a possibility that I could have paid for college tuition, that I could have got out of high school and bought a brand new car off the lot. I don't have to worry about clothing. I can learn these things, put money in other places like the real estate area to help make residual income, so that our generation does not have to struggle the way that we have been doing for so long. Other cultures are teaching their kids this when they're in elementary school. And I want to see us have that same opportunity to have the same success and chances that they do. Financial literacy is important because another reason why is because us as a people, we're the biggest spenders. So imagine if we become the biggest people to invest.
I like that. That makes me think. Barbara says, you're doing classes, or are you doing classes on crypto, Paul? She says, I would need crypto 101. She's not the only one out there too. What's up, Barbara? So are you getting ready to do some classes, number one? And this is your platform to, let us know how we can be of assistance.
Yes, I am doing crypto classes. I am doing beginner stage of classes right now, I believe for the next month or so. Well, thanks to Representative Carl Gilliard and the Empowerment Center on June 3rd between 6 and 8:30, I will be there giving crypto classes. We'll be giving some encouragement, and we'll be giving some market psychology, how to think about the market. So June 3rd, book your calendars, Empowerment Center in Garden City. I'll be there from 6:30 to 8:30 giving classes and opening up for questions for people afterwards.
Marie, you got something you want to share with them?
You said that one more time, Miko?
You have anything you want to share with Paul? Barbara says, before you do, she says, make sure I see that clearly. She says, thanks, Paul. And one thing we want to do is we want to provide this platform for you and other returning citizens to be able to encourage us and also tell us, look what we're doing. Look how we are changing the narrative. Look how we are right on time. Because Tisha agrees with me. She says, will it be live or online for those who are not in this area? Because Tisha has been a faithful listener of Anchor, and she's all the way in. Where is that? Wait. What did it say? What stays
she's in Las Vegas, Nevada.
I'm trying. What came to mind was what stays in Vegas stays in Vegas.
What you do in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah, that's it. I couldn't even think of the word is right now. But Tisha has been so faithful. She wants to know when you do this, will it be online or will it be in person only?
Well, I will possibly do it live, but it will be recorded. So those who do want the information, I will make it accessible for those who do and can't make it. Now, I am giving out free classes. Why? Because I feel like helping somebody shouldn't cost anything. I will be selling shirts. So if anybody wants to support me, you'll buy my shirts. I'm working on my website and all that. So in the near future, we'll get some more information about that and updates on that. But I will have some shirts. I believe I'm going to raffle a couple of them at the event on June the 3rd.
You know what? I know about. Seem like Miko, as I do the show with you, and even talking to returning citizens, is that returning citizens, they come out and they hit the ground running. And what I mean by that is they're not stagnating, they're not standing still. A lot of people want a good things and they want a good life. And look at Paul, he's teaching himself about crypto. I've never even heard of the word. So he's teaching himself. That is something positive. And like he said, financial literacy, we need to be aware of that. And that's why in the African American community, that's why crime and stuff is so high, because of the finances. Paul said his mom worked part-time, his daddy worked a full-time job, and that's two parents in the household, and the income was still not enough.
Right.
It was still not enough. So I think that is so good to teach that, Paul, the financial literacy that a lot of us need. And so being a mother, being that I'm a mother and I did things to, it was not right. Let me say that it was not right. But at the time, me being a mom and I had to feed my children and not just feed them, clothe them, and do whatever it is that I had to do for them to make sure that they have a place to live and a place to stay. I did things to break the law.
Right.
Now, it's not right. Let me say that again. It's not right. But I know that now, before I do anything to break the law, I'll just come to you and Miko.
Yeah, we'll help you out.
I'm not doing nothing. Listen to me. I'm not doing nothing to break the law. You hear me? If I have to sit outside your house, y'all go help me. Because I'm not walking back down that walkway no more.
And you know what? I love that what Marie said too, because she's recognizing, and I believe other people are recognizing it as well. And that is what our job is. We want to make sure that our brothers and sisters know, but also the community, that listen, we can make it. We can really make it. And Barbara agrees with you, and Marie, and Tisha also says, "You better not, girl." She says, "Call me if you need me," and she means that. She really does. Right. But I want you to know, those of you that are listening to us, returning citizens, you can make it. You are not alone in this anymore. That's Before, there was everyone trying to do their own thing, all these silos. But today, you have multiple organizations that are coming together to ensure that there is help. And that's why I'm asking you, again, hit that share button, or at least let others know when you're out and about on your job in the society or community. Let people know what we're doing. We are providing a platform for you. For you. That's what we're doing. For you to share your story. Also for you to hear where these resources are located. I've done, and Marie and Paul, I did 26 years. And when I came home, I heard about resources, but I didn't know where they were. And I am so grateful, as Paul says, my faith in Christ. I am so grateful that I had those key components that's necessary for success: gainful employment, stable housing, community support, faith support. So I had those things, but that's not the reality for other people. But what we want you to know is that's why we have a platform now,
Yes.
so that you can also find those key components. We know people that will help to provide jobs. We are also trying to help to make sure that you know that you are not alone in this journey. So
You are
that's what we're
not
here for.
alone in
You
this
are not.
journey. I love it. Let's say it again. You are not alone in
You
this
are
journey.
not alone in
That's
this
why
journey.
Julius took and came about with OAA Savannah Offender Alumni Association. And if you need us, if you need, now listen, you can't call him when you call after 5, you cannot call. But anytime between morning to at 5 o'clock, you can get in touch with us and you can leave a message. And if we will return the call. We are helping with resources as far as helping even getting places to live, helping people get established on jobs. We go to these functions, these meetings where people come out who are big time CEOs. They come out and they want returning citizens to work. They
Right.
won't return. One man, he came out. He have a logistics company, and he even provide the van transportation to get you to and from work. And I'm telling you, it is amazing that it's people that want to help. So if you are a returning citizen, stop saying, I can't find a job. You can reach out to Julius. You can reach out to me, Paul, and we can point you into the right directions to where you can find stable employment. Even with housing, I got information today. If you need a deposit on your house of getting a place, I got the number and everything, Miko. See, I forgot to tell you about that, Miko. But I got the number and everything where the lady is helping with giving deposit and rent for people to have a place to stay, because it's not easy out here. Even if you do work and you have gainful employment, you know, if you work and you need assistance, it is out here. The money is there. You know, so I'm not the type, I don't keep information to myself. When I know, I am willing to share what I know.
And
Yes,
why
I'm willing
is
to
that so
share
true?
what I know.
That's so true, because I love this. We want to make sure that you have access to the resource, to the information.
Yes.
And the same goes for Paul. Paul sees the need for financial literacy, and he's willing to teach it for free. And so that's what we want to do. We need your help, though. We need your help to get the word out that there is a platform, and this platform is for you to tell about your resources, but for you to also find out where these resources are. So, Paul, as we get ready to turn the corner, I want you to share your opportunity. Encourage our listeners, returning citizens, but also the community that is supposed to be accepting us back. Encourage them.
Well, for the community that sets us back, I just want to say, keep living. We showing that we people who actually made mistakes, and that we're actually human beings. We're just like you. We live, we breathe, we have our being. We're able to learn, grow from our mistakes. So don't just throw us away don't just throw us away. Stop looking down on all of us. There are a lot of us, because I actually do know a lot of people who are returning, who have returned, and they haven't been in prison for 10 years, 15 years, 5 years since they got out. So just keep, we here. We not going nowhere. We only getting better. For those who getting out, and just keep your head up, find your purpose, and don't let nothing throw you off. I know it may be hard. Find somebody that you can talk to, an accountability partner, anything to keep you on the right track. You gonna make it. You'll be all right. You made it through this. You made it to prison. Pretty strong to me.
Pretty strong to me too, brother. Marie, I just want you to also remind our women, remind all of us, but especially, I know you and the ladies talked last week. Can you kind of like just remind our returning citizens, women, the moms, the sisters, that they too, that they're not alone and that we're here for them?
Women, especially the women, especially because women, I'm not knocking the men, but the women are mothers and aunties and cousins, and guess what? They're like the power of the family. You understand? And the women, we need to be home with our children. We need to just be home, period. And I know that you all can do it. I know that things sometimes life can throw you a curveball, but I like what Paul said. Get you an accountability partner. There's somebody that's really going to be there. You know, Tisha said something, Miko. She said, Marie, if you need me for real, right? You know, people say that sometimes because they could be like a cliche. If you need me, just come to me. And then when you go to them, oh, girl, I ain't got it. But what I'm saying is, find accountability partner. It's people out there that is willing to help. It's people out there that want to help. I am one of the people. I am really one of the people that will help. I will try my best to lead you to the resources that you need. I go out of my way. Miko say sometimes like Marie, but he know how I am. I just because I have been in the place that a person is, and I just want people to have better and to get better and to be better, and we can. Regardless if we are returning citizens, that's just a part of our story. That's not who we are as a person. You know, and people make mistakes. It's some people that have not been to prison, Miko, and that are in prison in their minds. They're mentally ill. So we need each other. We need each other. And that's all I have to say. Guess what? If you need the resources, OAA is here, the Ink is here, and we're here to help, to encourage, educate, and empower one another.
Check her out, y'all. She's trying to steal my job. She's trying to take my job. Listen. Hey, listen, seriously though, I just echo that. And Tisha says to you, Paul, she said, please put her on that list. And because she wants to learn more about that as well. And to those who are listening to us, we really mean it. If you know a returning citizen, again, whether they were incarcerated 20 years ago or 20 days ago, let them know about what we're doing on Fridays, Ain't the Ain't at 6 o'clock. This is a podcast that provides a platform that would help you to produce. We want you to be successful, like Marie says. We want you to be better so you can do better. And we just want you to tell others about us. Paul just said anybody can inbox him. He'll have his information. You know how to get in contact with us as well. All Things Relevant Media, or you can look us up on Facebook. There's just many ways that you can get in contact, but we need you to let others know where we are, what we're doing, so that we can try to help as many returning citizens. When Marie talks about OAA, Offender Alumni Association, Savannah, the operative word is alumni. Alumni is a conglomeration of people, a group, a gathering. We have a large gathering because why? America has incarcerated so many of us. And so with that being said, why not help each other, especially when we come home? Why not encourage each other, especially when we're making it and we want others to make it with us? So as we're getting ready to close, I know Julius Hall often tells us this: a debt paid is no longer a debt. You don't have to be afraid of your future once you're making on this side. For those of you that are on the inside, continue, as Paul says, continue to progressively prepare yourself for this side so that your reentry can be a smooth one and not a difficult one. And when you come, there are those like Ink to Ink, like OAA Savannah, who are here to assist you. We will do everything we can. As I always say, I want to make sure that you hear this. We may have started out wrong, but look at us now. We are finishing strong, and we want you to finish strong too, so that we can stop that false narrative. We are not going back. We are successful. So again, thank you for joining us. We'll see you again next Friday at the same time. Contact us so that we can be a help to you. Ink to Ink. See you later. Bye, Paul. Appreciate you. Bye, Marie. Appreciate you.
See you later.
Where our music man at? I think that means they don't want us to go, y'all.
Tisha say good night.
Good
All
night.
right. Peace and
Good night,
blessings,
y'all.
everybody.
Peace and blessings to everybody. We're gonna sign off.